Good afternoon. Currently, it is 3:18 on Friday. My name is Daniel Longest, and this is my week one reflection video log for my Management 310 class. This first week has been very interesting, very informative, and very surprising. The first day, or actually a week before, I found out we were going to have a different professor, so um, that was some ambiguity I wasn't ready to deal with. And then day one, we met our professor, Dr. Gower, and turns out she's really good, and I really enjoy her. She taught us, or she actually discussed with us a lot about the the preface of the class and how and talked about her credentials and talked about our assignments and how the class is going to be structured, which was really helpful because our Blackboard isn't working currently, so it was good to have that overview. She was very clear about it. And then we split off into groups, and this was a bit of a terror of mine because I just got out of a pretty bad group in my spring semester. So of course, when I heard group work is worth 50% of my grade, I panicked. So we met up with our groups and we talked over the group formation project. And to my surprise, when we started working on it as a group, myself, Taylor, and Caitlin, and formerly Sam dropped a class, we started to enjoy it. And I wasn't prepared to actually enjoy group work in college. I'm surprised too because I wanted to be more involved in the project, and usually in group work I want to do the least amount or doing the minimum required. But I found myself wanting to engage more, which I'm super thankful for because I love being engaged with my work. I do a lot better when I'm engaged. So we did this group project, and this group project was all about basically getting to know our group members and facilitating a presentation about ourselves, which is super cool. You don't get to do a project about yourself that often, and so I learned a lot about how I can work with my group members, and I learned how compatible my group members are. I'm very thankful for that because we're going to do a good job in this class, and I can't wait. So that happened. Let's see, we prepared notes for chapter one, which is the preface to the textbook, and it went over like scientific theory of people management. It went over some sociology. It went over different kind of business aims or focuses rather. So we covered the scientific management, which is like factories and managing processes in factories, and it's kind of outdated. Then we talked about the shareholder view, we talked about the financial view, we talked about the stakeholder view and how different they are, and how they started. For example, the stakeholder view is the main view of the modern business of today's businesses, and that involves a business evaluating all the stakeholders, not just the shareholders, in their operations. So that means like the community, the business. We're talking about employees. We're talking about governments, how they all connect, and how that can affect the bottom line. Or as Dr. Gower talked to us about, the triple bottom line, which is people, profit. There's one other one, location or something like that, and it has to do with an equitable holistic growth of an organization, not just focused on profit. So we kind of covered that, and it was amazing how all the information was similarly connected because I don't usually associate like leadership development with managerial development, and it's cool to look at it that way because that it makes it more involved and important when we view it like that. And I see that a lot. I could see that being more impactful in my workplace if my if my bosses took more of a leadership approach instead of just a management approach, then I think they would see better engagement in the workplace and may see overall statistics improve. But it's also on the individual too, so it goes hand in hand. So that's an overview of week 1. And I cannot wait to learn more and be able to apply this in the real life. I already applied one of the things we discovered in our group project. In our formation project, we talked about a concept called the tall poppy syndrome. And what that is, it has to do with emotional contagion. And it's similar to that theory where if you have a group of 5 and 4 out of the 5 are feeling down, then the 5th person is least likely to talk about their success or to bring the group up. The 5th person is more likely to come down to the other 4's level because the operation of groupthink and such. I applied that to my workplace and actually talked to one of my leaders, and he suggested that I share that at a Sunday morning training. And I thought that was magnificent because I try at work to always be the tall poppy and bring everybody up. So that's kind of how the information impacted me at work more recently from week 1. And then we have week 2 coming up, and then we're going to pick our charity to volunteer for, and I can't wait. I can't wait to see what we can accomplish in this class. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed this video.